La Selección Mexicana's convocatoria for the friendlies against Bolivia and Panama have dropped, so let's take a look at it. So firstly, these games are not an official FIFA window, so there's not going to be any European players, bro. You're not going to see Santi Jimenez, you're not going to see Raul Jimenez, you're not going to see any of those players. It's purely Liga MX players, so let's take a look at it. Starting off with the keepers, it's basically the exact same. You got Malagon, you got Tala Rangel, you got Carlos Acevedo, which is basically the best three that Mexico have to offer for some reason. In my opinion, I think you should have not taken Acevedo and taken anybody else. His team is literally sitting dead last in Liga MX right now, and they're just consistently garbage. I don't know why he keeps getting called up. I would honestly rather have Ochoa at the World Cup than him, just to give the team some World Cup experience. But yeah, man, I am not impressed. But then again, this is the best we have to offer. There's not much we can do. And then you go through the defenders, and the first big surprise on this team, Richard Ledesma has finally accepted the call-up from La Selección Mexicana. Honestly, I never thought he would play for Mexico. Even when he was at PSV playing in the Champions League, El Vasco Aguirre did try to go after him, and he kept saying no and no. And I was thinking that he got his Mexican passport just to get his Liga MX bag with Chivas. And that would have been fine, bro. That would have been valid. Go get your bag. But I am kind of surprised he made this convocatoria. But I am happy he had a great season with Chivas, and he continues to be good right now. And with the likes of Rodrigo Huescas being out with injury, and we don't know if Julian Araujo is going to necessarily make the World Cup squad right now, it is nice to have that option of Richard Ledesma. Looking at the rest of the defenders, I'm surprised that Ramon Juarez got called up after that horrible red card against San Luis. But the rest are pretty standard. Some faces we've already seen there before. You got Aguila and Lopez in the defense too. Those are two new faces. Excited to see what they can do. But let's move on to the midfield. There are not that many wingers in this convocatoria, so I want you guys to keep that in mind. It doesn't look like we're going to be playing with wingers. The only two real wingers are Diego Lainez and El Piojo Alvarado. I guess Gilberto Mora can kind of play as a winger sometimes, but I wouldn't really prefer him there. But looking at it, you got the likes of Luis Romo, Eric Lira, you know, some standard choices. I'm excited to see what Garcia has to do. You know, the guy from Juarez, he's been putting up a lot of great performances. I'm excited to see what he can do. Charlie Rodriguez somehow makes it back into the convocatoria. I mean, I don't think he's that bad when it comes to Liga MX levels, but I thought we had gotten rid of him, bro. I thought we were moving on. I thought he was never going to get called up again. Castañeda from Cholos is another solid option. He's somebody that could sneak his way into the World Cup squad with another great season like he had last season. It was rumored that he was going to go to America, bro, and I promise you guys, if he played for America, he would have had that World Cup spot on lock. Marcel Ruiz, obviously the best midfielder we have right now, probably in Liga MX, so I'm happy that he got to go. And then you got Brian Gutierrez, another surprise who I never thought would play for La Selección Mexicana. He has been USMNT through and through, and honestly, I thought that he came into Liga MX just to get his bag, bro. He got his Mexican passport just to make the money, the Liga MX money, but that doesn't seem to be the case, man. They seem to be wanting to represent Mexico, and I'm all for it. Good for them. Diego Lainez, probably our best winger right now in Liga MX when it comes to Mexicans. Piojo Alvarado, and obviously Gilberto Mora. A noticeable guy missing is probably Elias Montiel. I would be a little worried for him making the World Cup squad, but we're gonna have to wait and see how that goes, bro. Elias Montiel not making the squad is a little weird. Oh, and you also got Obed Vargas in there, obviously. I forgot about him. I'm very excited to see what he has to offer in a bigger role for the national team. And then we only took 3 strikers: Angel Sepúlveda, Berterame, and Hormiga. Now, I'm really hoping that Hormiga gets all the minutes this time because he needs some experience on the national team so we can see what he can do. He already started off this season with Chivas scoring. So again, man, he could have a big impact on this team. And right now, we do need a 3rd striker on the national team behind Raul Jimenez and Julian Quiñones. Yes, I said Julian Quiñones and not Santi because Julian's in better form, and I will take him over Santi any day. But yeah, I hope Hormiga gets some form on the national team. Rating this convocatoria, it'd probably be an 8. I mean, we only really had Liga MX players to go off of. A lot of Chivas fans were hyped because there's like 7 Chivas players, but it's like, ni modo que no, way. Like, you got like all Mexican players. Some of them are gonna need to get called up, bro. Some of them are gonna need to get called up if it's only Liga MX players. Some players I'm excited to see on here. You obviously got Denzel Garcia from Juarez. He's been having a great season. Should have gotten an opportunity much sooner. Richard Ledesma, I'm excited to see what he can do, especially against some weaker opposition. A lot of these guys should be having a field day, bro. It's Bolivia and Panama. You should be having at least a good game. I'm excited to see more of Gilberto Mora on the national team, obviously. Iker Fimbres as well. Hopefully he gets some minutes. And again, I'm excited to see what Brian Gutierrez can do, just to see if he can really cement himself as a sneaky call-up for the World Cup, bro, because you never know, man. A lot of the players that we have on these rosters, all they need is one good tournament to get called up. I'm just saying. And obviously Hormiga, I'm excited to see what he can do leading the line as the main striker, but we'll have to wait and see, man. I kind of like this convocatoria. I mean, it's the best we have to offer with just Liga MX players. It wasn't going to be crazy, bro. It's not like it was going to be anything super brand new. The only area of concern really is the keepers, because I wish we would have thrown like a young name in there, maybe getting some minutes against Bolivia or like the second game of this friendlies, but I don't know why they don't do that, man. I'm tired of seeing Malagon, Rangel, and Acevedo battle it out for some mid, man. At this point, just start Ochoa, bro. Give him that record for the World Cups and let him have that experience. Let us have that record and give us some World Cup experience in the locker room, because a lot of these players don't have any. But overall, convocatoria is all right. Only Liga MX players, only so much you can can do with that. But as always, though, what do you guys think about this? And if you enjoyed the video and you have anything else to say, make sure to drop a comment, subscribe, like, all that. Thank you guys for watching.